Hello, I'd like to call this meeting to order, April 24th of the Park and Rec Commission. We'll go around and introduce ourselves. I'm Steve Besputa, Vice Chairman.
Dan Zapatka.
Debbie Davis.
Chuck Stackpole.
Dan Lynch.
All right, no public dialogue.
Nope,
All right,
doesn't look that way.
approval of the March minutes. Do I have a motion?
I accept the minutes.
Second?
I wasn't there, so I don't know if I can.
I wasn't
I mean,
here.
I'll
If you're
accept.
No, you can second it.
Okay, I second.
All right. Any additions, deletions, or we'll just,
The only thing I noticed was the meeting started at 7:38 and it ended at. I don't know if it's important, but I just noticed, it started at 7:36 and it ended at 7:38. So that was a real short meeting.
probably 58 because it was quick.
Yeah, that was a quick one.
Yeah, okay. It
I
wasn't
would
that
say
quick,
probably
right?
58, Deb.
I don't know if it's important or not, but
It's important.
Good catch there, Chuck.
the only thing I noticed.
All right. So all those in favor? Abstain?
I abstain.
All right. Motion passed. All right. So we move on to old business. Questions for Dan from the previous meeting?
Yep, the couple things that were brought up, when Tom Pisano was here last month, he talked about the shed down at Fred Wolf Park. The windows and some things needed to be touched up there and fixed. Chris took care of it already. The shed on the lacrosse, like in between
Yeah.
lacrosse and
Yeah.
soccer fields, I
Yeah.
guess the window was smashed
Yeah.
and all that.
Yep.
Chris fixed that. All the other things he needed in there were taken care of, so that's fixed. Jimmy O'Connor brought up to make sure you line the new field down there. They call it the orphan field, the extra field down there for the
Yep.
smaller lacrosse kids. Chris already lined that. That's taken care of. And we bring it up every month because of the problem with the windscreens. They're getting installed next month, Deb. All set, ready to
Love
go.
hearing that.
Okay?
Yep,
They'll be in by the middle to the end of May.
perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, and,
Anything else, I'll go over in the director's.
all right. All right, we have Sue, Orange Town Pool Supervisor, giving an aquatics report.
Yep. So just so you know, this is my 30th year. So I don't know how much longer I'm gonna do this, but I'll just give you the heads up that it's been a long time. The pool is very well used. I don't know if you guys know about the new registration system, but it also
Yep.
came with membership card system, so we can track on a daily basis how many people are coming into the pool who have members versus the people who don't. So we're getting over 100 open swimmers every day. That doesn't include the kids that come for swim team or for swim lessons or for any other program that we have. It's just the open swim usage. And that's a pretty high number, I think. And there are additions to that for the people that are paying. I'm sure that's related to the fact, as we were talking before, about Woodbridge being closed. They have been fully closed for 2 years, working on their problems, but they have removed the pool entirely from their fiscal budget plan for the 24-25 calendar to run a full evaluation of whether or not it's worth it to repair the pool, which they're estimating at over $1 million, or turn it into classrooms, which is what the school board wants to do, that Woodbridge is overcrowded. So I'm sure that that's adding to the numbers. We've definitely improved in our non-resident membership, but, you know, once they become members, then we care about them. We have no room in any swim lesson class, and that was filled on day 2 of registration by all Orange residents. was mentioning that I got yelled at very extensively for not saving places for Woodbridge residents or non-residents. We obviously don't do that. Our first priority is that the people that we can serve come from Orange or not at all. We don't have any room in any class, though, and unfortunately, the lesson instructor situation is very scarce. I just don't have enough bodies. I could probably add another 10 people and fill all those classes as well, so I just don't have the staff to do it. We are, for the first time, almost fully staffed without me on the deck. I work Monday mornings, but that's the only deck shift that I have to cover right now, which is really nice, since earlier this year I was covering 4 early morning shifts. So only having to come in once a week early is nice. But it's very fragile. Anyone needs a day off, or it gets sick, or gets a better job, and I'm back to the same place. But right now, we're fully covered, which is pretty nice, and very unique at this point. We're getting ready for summer camp. We have had both registrations for day camp and traveling teens, but camp registration is the one that affects me. Those kids are in the pool with us for 6 hours a day, in one group after another all day long. So we started our schedule preparations and our staffing. And we are doing our staff training to be ready for them once they get here. Red Cross issued a new lifeguard program in February, so we're updating the current staff to the new material. And then anybody whose certificates are expiring, we're also getting them up to the new material. And then I'm teaching 2 classes of brand-new lifeguards. So hopefully that staffing success will continue through the summer. That's my hope, anyway.
How big is your staff?
Well, right now it's about 30, but I have some kids who work 1 day a week. At different times of the year, I have different groups, but right now I've got softball players, I've got baseball players, I've got track players. They're all committed to those activities. The swim teams, obviously, I lose the boys in the winter and the girls in the fall, but they also usually do something else too. So it's a fairly mobile staff. If I can keep them all in at one point in the year, that's
But you
that's
need
good.
that many, so you have covered.
To cover, yeah, because we're open from 7 a.m. until, well, right now we're open till 10 p.m. For swim teams, so, and then we're open Saturday and Sunday, so there's a lot of comings and goings.
Yeah.
And then when we have lessons, we have more staff on. I should mention, Brendan is here from ARAC. We do currently house 5 swim teams during the course of the year. We have ARAC all the time, that's our USA team. Those kids, I believe, are from 7 till
5 up through 18.
whenever they quit.
Okay.
And we also have Amity boys and girls that participate at the pool. We have WAC, which is the Woodbridge Aquatic Club. They're coming in after ARAC. They got the worst time slot, as they should, 8:30 to 10 p.m. But they don't have a pool, so they are desperate and willing to take it and pay for it. So that's nice. And then we also have a masters team now. One of Brendan's coaches also coaches a adult team. And there's about 20 people that I see on a regular basis coming through the schedule. They practice 3 days a week at pretty early, 5:30 in the morning, I think they start, 5:45. So it's, in addition to what we're doing there, these guys are bringing in a lot of the competition swim and keeping that program nicely fed to Amity, which Todd Rainey definitely appreciates.
Any questions for Sue?
Nice job.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
All right.
And Brendan from ARAC is here
Yes.
tonight.
Yep.
Kelly Bodie, who's the president of ARAC, was sick tonight, so
All right.
she had Brendan come, if he wants to come on up. Brendan?
And give an
Give a little
update?
update on the,
Up here at the podium?
yes, sir.
I'm just waving to my YouTube followers.
There you go.
Thanks for having me. My name is Brendan Heller. I'm the head coach of the Amity Regional Aquatic Club. I've probably been doing it for about a year since I became the head coach. And I've just moved to Orange in 2020, so it's cool to see the inner workings of the town here. So thank you for all that you guys do. The team's doing very well right now. As Sue mentioned, we have a pretty robust program running. We're at record high numbers. We kind of split up into two portions. Our season goes, it's called the short course season, which is basically the school year. And then now in the spring, we start a second iteration of our season. It's called long course. And that's when we compete in 50-meter pools. We have a 25-yard pool here, but the competitions are more like Wesleyan or other pools in the state that are 50 meters long, which is what you compete in at the Olympics. So right now, we just started our long course season, and we're at 125 swimmers. We're not actually taking any more. We're pretty much full to capacity. It's at a record high last year. As for an example, we were 93, and then the year before that we were 85. So the program's growing. We're trying to fit everybody in. The facility is great because it's an 8-lane pool. We have 7 coaches on staff, and we get 2.5 hours a night of practice in prime time spot, 6 o'clock, not 8:30. So we're grateful for that. We host one swim meet in the winter each year, and it's great, and we hope to kind of get more meets. Been bringing a lot more teams here to race because we have this great new LED scoreboard that was installed this past summer. We donated it to the high school program, to the high school team, because they have a lot more meets than us. Us just having one meet per year, we're welcome to share it with the high school team because a lot of our kids move on and have great success at the high school level. Other than that, things are going good. We're happy to keep doing our best with time slots we've got, and we're happy to keep the kids in the community swimming. It's a great life skill. Any questions?
Do you take out of town?
Yes. Yeah. We don't have the same system that Sue has, but we're happy to
No.
take all the surrounding areas because we've got kids West Haven here in Orange, Stratford.
That's
those
good.
those are probably the big ones. Actually, we got some Seymours coming in, so it's growing. And I think part of that is the success that we've had, and the coaches that we have now are drawn in because we all coach at different high schools in the region, so we're bringing in a lot of kids that way.
Okay.
Is that your maximum, 125?
For now, for the long course season, we were 150 in the winter, and then we've probably been going up about 10 kids. We could probably, fit in some more. I don't think that we would have enough time or space to do more than like 200 if we got some more pool time. In the event of that, we probably could swing it. But
A lot of kids.
yeah.
How many teams do you have? 7?
Well, so within the team, we have about 5 different training groups based on
Okay.
skills and age.
All right.
And so, some of them start at 5 or 6 years old, and then it goes up to our oldest kids, our high school group. Right now, which is pretty healthy, it's about 40 kids in our high school group training together.
All right.
Yeah. In the school year, as Sue mentioned, when the high school teams are in session, we're a little less with the older kids because they just compete primarily for those few months with their high school program.
Yeah. The fall and,
Yeah, the fall for the girls and then the boys in the winter.
yeah,
Yeah.
Great. Sounds like the program's going great.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
And I think the future is bright. I speak with Todd Rainey often. He's fired up about,
Yeah, he-
his prospects coming up. So we hope to
Increase
keep.
that boys
He's
number
been
for sure.
coaching a long time.
He's on his last legs too.
I mean,
Everybody's going at the same time.
he was at the
Like a
middle
parent.
school and then he moved to the high school.
Yeah. Well, he's got some more years before retirement.
Okay.
But
He's
he's,
sticking it out.
yeah, but he's, it's hard to work with 15-year-olds when you're 50, and when you get to be 60.
But it's hard as a coach. It's hard to walk away when you got a lot of talent coming in
Yes,
too.
that's
So
true.
we hope to make it harder for him.
Right.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Brennan, thank you.
Thanks.
And we're happy to come back and participate anytime if you guys have questions or whatever. So
All right.
thanks
thank
for what you do.
Brendan.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Much
Good
appreciated.
night, nice job.
All right, grounds, I have no report. I mean,
We are, our seasonal guys are in. We have 3 of them now. along with our 2 full-timers. And, they're working, they started working on April 1st, and they're full bore.
Yeah,
Busy time of the year, a lot of stuff going on, getting the fields prepped, getting the town grounds prepped. The grass is obviously growing now. It's
Yep.
gonna keep going as the weather gets better, and they're busy. It's
And,
that time of the year.
Little League here has their opening day.
Yes, their
Saturday.
official opening day is Saturday. They started games this past Monday after
Yep.
after the
And,
vacation week.
Talked to some of the kids on the bus. Their lacrosse is going too. So,
Yep,
the
soccer,
fields are,
lacrosse, baseball,
Yeah.
softball are all in full gear.
yep. All right, personnel, Dan?
Personnel, we're,
One of your personnel is gonna leave, because I've got
can
dogs
go.
that I didn't gate off from the living room,
Oh.
and if you know my dogs.
too.
no, I told you, once you gave your report, you were good to go. Thank you,
Take
Sue.
care.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Personnel, you know, we're good.
All right.
No issues with personnel.
All right. Budget. Dan, you have any concerns?
There's as we approach the end of the fiscal year, we're heading into May. There are a couple accounts there you might see in the negative, but I transfer money over to cover it. And, there's just a couple things. Some, our maintenance and repair accounts, irrigation, those are all ones that get to the end at this time of the
Yeah.
year.
And, do you need any equipment or is stuff
Well, we just
worn?
we just received the Sand Pro
Yeah,
2 weeks ago.
you
They're
ordered
using
that last.
Well, that's what we got from
Yeah,
capital
yeah.
planning a year or
Last year,
so ago.
yeah.
But again, we had to wait for it, back order, delays, all that stuff. We just got it, no less than 2 weeks ago. They're using it, it's phenomenal machine, the guys love it, it's perfect for what they needed. Because if we didn't get that at the beginning of this time of the year, we would have struggled
All right.
to get through
Is it brand new?
brand new.
Great.
And it came with the groomer on the back, the trap brake and all that. I mean, it's top notch.
All right.
But yeah, there is equipment that's gonna be needed down the road. I mean, there's gonna be more, our Skags we're
Yeah.
gonna need some Skags, and believe it or not, the big red lawnmower that we got years ago, that's already almost 8, 9 years old. I mean, that's,
And that was used.
that's the most used machine in town. It cuts every piece of grass in town, plus the Skag mowers, so. Down the road, yeah, we're gonna need some new equipment, but, our finance department's good with us.
Yeah, they were.
Capital planning, it
Yep.
helps us out when they can. I mean, I know it's not easy. We're just one department in this town, of departments that need a lot of things. And we do the best we can with what we got, like we always say. And our crew does the best they can. I mean, they take care of a lot of area and grounds, and they do a good job. And we have a lot of events in this town. Our books are solid for events on the weekends, the pavilion rentals are ready. So it's gonna be a busy spring and summer around here, for
And
sure.
the Boy Scouts are coming next,
2025,
yeah,
their big event, yes, they'll be here
in May.
in May. Not this
20
year, next
yeah.
year.
Dan, you seen some increases in the budget for next year? There's some,
A couple things I went up
Couple
on,
increasing?
that we just got our reports this week, and we've got everything we asked for. Again, they don't ask us, they ask us to be, pretty straightforward, not too much with the increases.
Right.
But there were some things I had to go up on, not substantially,
Yeah, and
but they approved it for us, so next year, we're gonna be in good shape.
in a year
I know
or
it's
two.
not all approved yet, but you,
Not approved yet, but I got the approvals of what the Board of Finance is
Yeah.
sending out to you guys in town, along with the first selectman and the board, and the finance director, so.
Yeah.
Good.
I saw what they are sending out for
Yeah, yeah.
final approval.
good.
Yeah,
And I think,
I was happy with that.
last year you got a new Skag mower, or the
Yes.
year before,
But I
because,
worked that out with our budget,
Yeah,
within our own budget. which
because
not
it
really-
was worn out.
Yeah.
It was junk.
It's either you get something or we're gonna be behind the 8 ball, but we had to
Yeah.
get something.
Yeah,
We put together the numbers with some accounts and the thing was like $5,000-6,000, but we got it. You do what you gotta do sometimes. And, when it gets to that point, when you need a piece of equipment or machinery that's desperately needed, you do what you gotta do.
all right, director's report, Dan.
Okay. Few things just on registration and things upcoming for programming. Our spring 2024 program, swim lessons and summer day camp registration began on the 1st of April. For those at home that are interested in day camp, all 4 sessions are still open, but the numbers are very scarce. There's not much room left in sessions 1 through 4. The session 2, which has the 4th of July holiday in the middle of it, probably has the most room. So if you're interested in session 2, there's plenty of room there. But if you're looking for daycare issues for the summer, I would get to the online or come to Park and Rec in person. Traveling teens registration started this past Monday. 5 out of the 8 weeks that we offer are already full. Weeks 3, 4, and 5 have room. So again, if you're looking for activities for your children this summer, traveling teens, 5 out of the 8 weeks are full. Weeks 3, 4, and 5 have openings. Weeks 4 and 5 probably have 10 to 15 spots open. Week 3 is the week of 4th of July. That's always our lowest week, so a lot of people don't sign up, but there's plenty of room there. But again, if you're interested in traveling teens, get online or come in person to register. Do not wait much longer, because they're gonna fill.
What's the max for traveling teens?
We take 40 per week.
Okay. And the regular day camp?
Based on our staff, we take 112 per session,
Okay.
give or take. If we have to, add a few here and there, if there's a need, we'll add a few more. But based on what we hire for staff, we take 112 per the 2-week sessions for day camp. I already mentioned about the parks crews. They've already started. They're busy. Sue gave her report on the aquatics. In her aquatic report there, you saw that. Another busy place in town and at the community center. Non-stop people in and out of there, which is a good thing. Our men's softball league will be starting up the week of May 6th on Mondays and Wednesday nights. I already went over registration for programs, swim lessons, and day camp and traveling teens. The April vacation camp was held last week, a successful week run by Stephanie Middleton. Thank you for putting a great week of activities together, along with overseeing the staff. And we were full that whole week as well. We took 30 kids for that, based on staffing. And obviously, our fitness room still remains open Monday through Friday from 8 to 6 p.m.
And the pool's hours are 7 to 10?
Pretty much. Yep.
And on the weekends too, or no?
No. Weekends, it's only 10 to 2.
Okay. So that's a busy schedule.
Yes. Busy
But the
place.
pool's not open swim for 7 to 10, right? There's practices there.
Practices, correct. Yep.
There's 100 people a day coming in there for open swim.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And now this whole thing with Woodbridge is big. But again, I mean, we have to take care of the residents first before we
Correct.
go on
And
to,
you don't have staff
no.
or time.
That's gonna be Woodbridge is gonna have to make a decision on that. That's a big decision, that's a lot of money. But their only option now is the Jewish Community Center or here at High
Or the
Plains.
Y and probably
Or the Milford
Milford.
Orange Y.
Yeah.
But these people come here, they don't wanna leave, they love it here. We hear it all the time.
Great.
They like the
That's
service,
good.
they like the hours, they like the facility. So we hear that constantly. Some people just they don't like going to the Milford Orange Y, or they don't like going to the Jewish Community Center. I guess this is more of a central location, maybe a better facility. But we hear that they like it here better. And that percentage is high. We hear that a lot.
Is Woodbridge a 25-yard pool too?
That I don't know. Paul, you might know that better than me.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a smaller pool, that's only 6 lanes and they're narrower lanes. So it's not nearly as wide, can't accommodate as many people. It's an older pool too.
Yeah,
And, the Woodbridge pool just hasn't been maintained,
Right.
the way we maintain our pool here. And as a result, when people go to swim there, you unbalanced water, chlorine that may be too high, gases in the air, things like that.
Yeah, it's,
And now looking at $1 million.
Yeah,
Yep. And that's the reason it's in the shape it's in, so.
Well, we put a lot of money into ours too.
Sure.
yeah,
Oh,
but we
so-
maintain it.
Yeah.
It's an
You had
expensive
new
facility.
filters, new
It
lockers,
needs constant care.
heating
always.
systems, ventilation in the past 8 or 10 years.
Yeah, the locker rooms were key. Those needed to be redone.
Yeah.
They were well beyond repair. No, all good. It's all good stuff.
All right. Anything else?
For a director's report, no, I'm good.
Motion to adjourn?
Pretty good.
Second? All in favor?
Thank you, everybody.